Hello, and this is HTSKSK here, back with some more StarCraft 2 action. Oh my god, guys, it has been like a week since I have said that introduction. Please just give a thumbs up for surviving that long without my introduction on the video if you want, but whatever. I have been at Red Bull LAN. I have been preparing for E3 and MLG, so I have been uploading a lot of those Red Bull games. Thank you to everyone who's been watching those, but I know since a lot of you actually tuned into the live stream that stuff is kind of old content, so I wanted to get some new content out there for you. And this game, I figure, why not start it with a giant trolling? Why not have my glorious return? And by that, I mean I've only been gone for like 5 days. But regardless, my return to casting StarCraft 2 replays. Why not start with one of the biggest known hackers, Impa, down in the bottom left side. And he is going to be going against fan favorite Mr. Grubby. But yes, Impa is a known map hacker. He was basically ravaging the North American ladder. I believe it was the North American ladder. Maybe it was the European ladder in Grandmaster League, stealing all the ladder points from actual real gamers. And you can see right here, Impa showing off his map hacks by just proxy 2-gating, even though he hasn't scouted at all on a 4-player map here. So again, this is a player who was recently banned by Blizzard. There's a bunch of threads about him out there, and Grubby did go up against him, so I figured, hey, I'm going to go ahead and cast it and see what Grubby is made of. For those of you who do not know, Grubby is from Warcraft 3. He was one of the best, if not the best player. I think it was always between him and Moon. I don't know the final statistics on who was best overall, but Grubby, a very strong Warcraft 3 player. He's been playing a lot of StarCraft 2, but StarCraft 2, I mean, there's a lot more competition for being the best. Simply put, there's more people playing StarCraft 2 than there was playing Warcraft 3 at the competitive level. So Grubby trying to make his own way in StarCraft 2. Now you can see Impa right here is going to just start working on getting out those zealots. Has probably saved up all of his chrono boost. Yes, he has. Almost 100 energy was saved up there before that first initial chrono boost. And he is going to continue chrono boosting these out. Now this is a build that is actually basically impossible to hold off as Protoss if you don't scout it and you have no idea it's coming your way, because you have to micro so perfectly. You have to make sure like your pylons are powering all your stuff. I've lost a proxy 2-gate many times in PvP. It's actually a very solid build. And Grubby does go for a second gateway before Zealot here, and I don't know if he's going to be getting out of Zealot right away or not, but it does look like Impa just continuing to chrono boost out these Zealots. I would say like a boss, but really it is like that nerdy, not nerdy, it's like your annoying little brother who's like, hey, I want to play StarCraft 2 with you, and this is like the build he uses even though he's like 8 years old. And it does look like right now Grubby knows exactly what's going on. It is going to be the proxy 2-gate, and he's like, you map hack, right? Makes a little laughing face right there because he knows what's up. And you have to remember, though, that Grubby can lose 6 probes right now and still be on equal footing. The main problem, though, is that he is not mining while his opponent is continuing to stream units down here. So production tab is going to be showing a lot of units on the way. There's 4 Zealots now inside the main base, while Grubby is just working on the 1 Stalker. Can he get out an additional unit here? Stalkers, remember, can live infinitely long versus Zealots. You just have to focus on the micro, which is the annoying part. It does look like the Zealots are going to try and focus down the gateway. The first Stalker is now out. The probes getting in on the action. Taking a look at the units tab here. It is 19 probes to 12, so we can still afford to lose a couple of probes. And he is going to be chrono boosting out some units here. That may have been a missed chrono boost on the gateway. But he does have the 1 Stalker out right now. And his Zealot is indeed out, as 1 gateway does fall. The other gateway is going to be vulnerable here. There is now more surface area for these units to get a surround on that. Production still showing Zealots. And now we do have a Cyber Core on the way for Impa. He is going to be following this up with some actual units of Stalker. Finally getting his first kill, but now they are going to be going for the gateway. 2 Stalkers are out, though. And if he does use them to focus down these Zealots, he can kill off a couple of them. He won't be able to save the gateway, so now he has to rely on purely his micros. He doesn't have any sort of tech whatsoever. He does have a Nexus, though, up on the way on the top left side. You can see that just went down Pylon as well. So Grubby's saying, man, I got to abandon ship right here. But he will be able to kill off a Zealot or 2 right now. More Zealots, though, streaming in. And the main problem is that the Zealots in the mineral line are going to be so difficult to deal with because, you know, even if you surround the Zealot with probes, that Zealot's still going to be getting a couple of kills. You can see 2 kills already. The Stalkers getting split up here by the Vespene Geyser and do kill the one in the mineral line. Units tab does show still a worker advantage here for Grubby, although not all that much of an advantage here because he has lost quite a bit of mining during this and now taking a little bit more damage here from those Zealots, and that should even up the score here just a little bit. 13-8 now, as I guess he must have lost some units down here while I was focused up here. But it does look like 8 probes to 13 now. The Zealots still blindly chasing these Stalkers, and I feel like Impa is not used to a game going on this long because usually he just rolls his face on the keyboard, makes a bunch of zealots and wins, because that is how useful map hacks are. But for now, it looks like Grubby able to individually micro these stalkers, taking out yet another zealot. The probes have now begun transferring all the way back up to the top left side base. You can see Impa is now making some stalkers here, which will even the score a little bit as far as being able to deal with this army. Impa, for some reason, going to be chasing this around the center of the map. I think it's because there's really no units left here. We don't have warp gate research at all. That is something that Grubby would love to have. His Nexus is now up in the top left side, so quite the wonky game here, as he is going to continue kiting these units around. And this is why map hacks are so lame, man, so infuriating to go up against. It does look like Impa has decided not to make any more probes here, as surely his map hacks are working, so he does know about the expansion up in the top left side. But at this point, I wonder if he's going to run up there or if he's going to continue chasing these units around. Because right now, for a map hacker, man, he is pretty bad. Chasing these units around blindly through the center of the map, even though they can easily outrun. Grabs the tower, going to go ahead and retreat right there. He knows exactly what's headed his way, though. There is a zealot in the back that's very low on HP. Impa really wanting to kill off these two stalkers in the center of the map. But right now, Grubby has managed to get his base up and running. He does have higher income. He is behind on that gas income. But Impa doesn't really have anything to spin that gas on right now, so I'm not quite sure what the dealio is there. So Impa running around like the idiot he is, still chasing these two stalkers around. This is probably the longest chase scene I've ever seen. This is like a scene from Terminator 2, man, where they're on the motorcycle getting chased by a semi. And it does look like now Impa deciding, hey, I'm going to leave some units in the center of the map. No, I'm going to go up to the top left side. There's a stalker here out and ready to start kiting these units. So now you can see Grubby microing these stalkers right there, as well as trying to micro these ones back to his main base. Not sure if he's actually going to make it back safely, though. He does need to keep those two stalkers alive, cannot afford to lose them. Impa could turn around and engage here, and there he goes right there. It does look like Grubby knows about this, but no, a misclick on both of his sets of stalkers. He's going to be running directly into this army. Uh-oh. Grubby had a little bit of momentum there. He ended up losing those two stalkers, and these original OG two stalkers are like amateurs. What are you guys doing? You got to run around the center of the map forever, man. And it does look like Impa's still not making any more probes here, as it does look like Grubby now will lose this base up in the top left side, but the two stalkers are going to be running down to the bottom left side. What is Grubby to do? Well, it does look like he is going to transfer away those probes. Some of them should escape, albeit very few. And the two stalkers right here are going to come to a completely undefended main. You got to remember that the gateways here are completely out of position. And I think neither player has warp gate just yet. Nope, they do not have warp gate. There is a zealot here chilling out inside the main base. Take a look at the mini-map. There's a lot of stuff going on in random places. Now for the first time, Impa is forced to transfer his probes away. They will get intercepted, but stalkers do not do that much DPS, so most of the probes will escape. But that's only 5 probes, and when the majority of your probes equals 5, that means you're not doing very good on the economy. Now, Grubby does need to be very careful here in the center of the map, as Impa still does have quite a few units here. He does have 6 zealots and 5 zealots and 6 stalkers going up against 5 stalkers, but pretty soon Grubby is going to have a stalker advantage here. Zealots inside the main base now. This is the zealot that was chilling out inside behind the mineral line. He is going to get taken out, but not before getting 3 kills. Now taking a little bit more damage here as Impa is losing his momentum. He has managed to kill off the expansion up in the top left side, but there is still energy for chrono boosts. I am honestly just enjoying this, sitting back and laughing, as Impa, probably the stupidest player in all of StarCraft 2 history, and this is one of his last games ever played because he got banned. So if he wants to continue hacking, he's going to have to buy another account. Honestly, is that really worth it? Down goes the gateways, and all of a sudden Impa cannot produce any units here. He is going to be running up the ramp, but he is going into the production capabilities now. 2 gateways of Grubby, so Grubby can engage this almost head-on. He does need to deal with these zealots, though. Decides to go straight for the stalkers, managing to get one, but taking a little additional damage himself. Chrono boosting out the last few remaining units. The supplies are going to start heavily favoring Grubby here, though, as this is all that Impa has left. He's going to end up losing these units, it looks like, unless Grubby messes up the micro, which he does not. And he will be able to take this out. He even gets a surround on the stalker right there, so Impa's only got a couple units left. Stalker's getting surrounded, not as bad as a zealot getting surrounded, so that stalker not able to do that much damage. 15 probes to 8 here. It does look like Impa, though, trying to get out warp gate here at the 13-minute mark. He doesn't actually have any gateways inside of his main base, so he's going to be hurting there a little bit. He will manage to kill off this Nexus, which means less chrono boosts for Grubby, but that still is going to be an equal amount of chronos. And look at this, Grubby going to be working on getting out his probes. So I got to hand to Grubby, man, like a champ, keeping his cool, not being a dick. I know if I went up against a map hacker, man, I would be so sad that someone has to hack in order to beat me. But Grubby says, hey, go ahead and hack against me. I'm just going to go ahead and beat you anyways. Uh-oh, guess what? No units here now. as all of a sudden these probes are going to have to evacuate, and where do they have to run? Absolutely nowhere, as the Stalker's going to be able to deal with these probes, no problem. Even that Zealot can kill off these probes. Look at that, intercepted there with that Zealot, killing off one additional probe, and Impa saying, seriously, that's the best hold. Does like he will kill off a couple more probes here as they retreat, and now he's trying to play Mr. Nice Guy. He's like, oh, you're really good, dog. You're really good, able to beat my my map hacks, so you're like really cool. I'm your biggest fan. And you know, you just are so good. Thank you so much. I mean, dude, dude, like, you did, dog. You, Grubby, you did it. You are so good, 100 times better than Koreans, who I also use the map hacks against. So you're like so good. I've only got one Zealot. Can't be live what you just did. No, but they just die, Grubby. So I'm like your biggest fan, and like, you know, it was really an honor to hack against you. Seriously. Wow. I'm gonna save that rep, even if I lost, because, I mean, it just shows you how good of a player you are, because I even hacked and couldn't beat you. The day that I almost beated Grubby is today. It's the day that I will remember in all of my hacking career. I almost beat a pro gamer using hacks. I'm really good. I'll take a moment, just to take the U, because I have the occasion. Grubby's like, take the U. You are so stupid. Just to talk to you, excuse me. It was obvious what I meant. GG, well played. And no longer has any forces. Shut up, Impa. You are stupid. Hackers are so dumb. Taking ladder points away from those who deserve it. So I wanted to cast this game. Give a thumbs up for Grubby for beating freaking a map hacker out there. And of course, there's going to be more StarCraft 2 action on the way. There will be some more Red Bull stuff as well. But I want to get back on that casting train now that I'm back. Although E3's coming up and MLG as well. So I have a feeling that most of the casters out there are not going to be uploading to YouTube. So I'm going to try and be different. And I am going to try and upload as much as I possibly can. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time.